So the theme of this month is liberation still. And so far, we've talked about societal expectations. We've talked about our liberation being linked to our neighbor. We've talked about the pull of self-expression and what liberation and freedom might look like for each of us. And so one of the reasons I decided to play the song, We Shall Overcome, because I've heard people, and I probably have said something similar myself, that we should live in the now. Instead of let there be peace on earth, it should be now there is peace on earth. Not we shall overcome. We have overcome. But I think that's missing an important piece. It's important to acknowledge that there is work to be done. Liberation, freedom is not about just saying it's so. It's about the process of moving into that. Meaning, when we say we shall overcome, we are holding the vision of where we're going and then walking towards it. It's not just saying the words and saying, oh, we shall overcome, and then going back to watching Netflix. It's like if you're going on vacation, you don't say, I am on vacation while you're still sitting at home. You say, I'm going on vacation. And then you do all the things that you need to do to get ready to go on vacation. And then you go on vacation. If we say, we are working towards a world that works for all, we don't say we've created a world that works for all, because we haven't. We're still in the pre-vacation phase, right, of that story. And so you have to know that and be willing to say, this is where we're going, I think, for the true work to be able to happen. Otherwise, we're just in denial. Not the good kind of denial, the bad kind of denial. And so there has been an idea sometimes, and new thought, people, we don't want to say, we don't want to be wary of saying, I said that too many of the same words. Anyway, we want to be wary of saying things like there's work to be done. But I don't think that that's true. I think that acknowledging that we have things to do is good, because then we can do them. Our GPS can't tell us where to go if it doesn't know where we're at. A map is no good. You can't figure out where you are. And so when we say this is where we're wanting to go, we're aiming for liberation. We shall overcome. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. That's the part that people forget. We're claiming that we're part of the process. That's how the liberation happens. That's how the changing of our world and our society to be a world that works for all happens, not by pretending that we've already arrived. That's how the ills of the world get to continue, is by pretending we've already arrived. So I want to read to you the daily word from yesterday, actually, because the word is forgive. And the affirmation is, I am liberated when I forgive. And I was like, oh, isn't that lovely to fit along with our theme? And I could have just had read this and called it the lesson for today, because it's really good. It reads, I bind myself to the past and place limits on my future when I withhold forgiveness and cling to resentment. I want to free myself from these heavy feelings and live with a clear mind and clean heart. Even if I feel my resentment is justified, I can look beyond it and find feelings of hurt, disappointment, and betrayal. I am gentle with myself as I allow these feelings to come to the surface. I practice spiritual surrender as I release the burden of unforgiveness. I commit to this process, remembering Jesus' words to continually forgive one another. I extend this forgiving attitude inward, freeing myself from past words and deeds that I've come to regret. Through forgiveness, I am free. I am liberated when I forgive. And so, with all the things that we've talked about, I think forgiveness is another really important tool in the process of liberation. Forgiveness is to unhook our future from the pains of the past. That doesn't mean we unhook from the lessons. I think that's a really important point. When we forgive, we unhook the pain of the past from our future. We allow our future to be free of the pain, but we don't lose the lessons. Losing the lessons would mean that maybe we'd have to learn them again. And I don't know about you, but I'm not down with that. But we don't have to hold on to the pain. So a huge part of forgiveness is about self-forgiveness and letting ourselves be free of whatever it is, whatever purgatory we've put ourselves in about the mistakes that we've made. And I'm not saying that this is like an easy snap your fingers type of thing, but part of that is about becoming aware of those pain points. If we pretend that they're not there, which is something that, like I said, people do, then we can't unhook from them, because it's like we've hooked them up, and then we put stuff on top of it, and we're not willing to see that the hook is there, right? But if we are willing to say, oh, there's something hooked there, then I can actually start cleaning out the gunk that's in the way of me getting to the place where the pain is. And then just acknowledging it is huge part of it, because we don't like to look at those parts of ourselves. So, and the other part is sometimes we don't even know what those places are. We just know that there's stuckness. And this is, you probably all heard me say it before. We're going to say it again, because it's always good to say it again. If you don't know what the stuckness is, I've been times when I'm like, something's not, just say, I forgive and I am forgiven. I forgive and I am forgiven. So that could be, I forgive myself and I'm forgiven. I forgive whoever, whatever. I am forgiven. If you don't know what the stuckness is, even if you do know what the stuckness, it's a great all-purpose opportunity to let things get some movement, because sometimes we don't know what that is. I create space. And if we're not quite ready to let go of that thing, maybe we just say, I'm willing to let go. That's the first step, being willing. And then not the final step, but another step, the daily word for today, loving. So we liberate ourselves when we forgive. We use love to attract what we want. Love is the attractive power. And it's not only about calling something to you like you call your dog, in theory, because some of you have met my dogs, but it's also about when you say, we shall overcome. I want to co-create a world that works for all. If we really say it with a meaning, I am, let peace begin with me, then when you say that, in the consciousness of love, or the heart of love and attracting, you see the opportunities to do that that you would not have seen before. That's the attracting power of love. It's not so much about calling something to you, it's about opening your eyes to see the opportunities to step into. And so you attract yourself to your opportunity. And so we become that loving, compassionate presence. We say, this is who we want to be, and this is how we want to show up. We forgive. So we let go of the things that are getting in the way of our liberation. We affirm where we're going. One of the lines from the song, love will rise again. It is rising right now. You see, that is an affirmation I can get on board with. Love will rise again. It's rising right now. We know that it's happening, and it's going to continue to happen. So with clear eyes, another line, one more line from the song, fear can't keep us down. We see the things. We see what's going on. Fear can't keep us down. Love will rise again. It's rising right now. That is our freedom. That is our liberation. So with clear eyes, we look to what is to be done. We forgive, we reconcile, and then we attract. Through attention and work, we continue to walk the journey to liberation for ourselves, for our community, for our world. I am liberated when I forgive. I am a loving, compassionate presence. Love will rise again. It is rising right now.